Hello and welcome back. Today we are getting into a real powerhouse of the Major Arcana. Card number 4, the Emperor. He is a figure that stands for authority and structure, but honestly, he's also one of the most complex and frankly misunderstood cards in the whole deck.
Let's just get right into it because it's so true. A lot of us have a tricky relationship with this card, right? When he shows up in a reading, he can feel, well, intimidating, maybe even a little oppressive. He represents rules, the establishment, and a kind of power that can feel really restrictive in our lives today.
And that really is the million-dollar question. The Emperor walks a super fine line between being a stable, protective leader and a rigid, domineering controller. So let's break this character down together and figure out what he's really trying to tell us when he appears.
Okay, so to really get the Emperor, we have to look past that first gut reaction and learn to speak his language. And that means looking at his symbols. Every little detail you see here is a piece of the puzzle. And once we put them all together, the full picture of who he is starts to make a lot more sense.
At his absolute core, the Emperor is the tarot's great father archetype, and it is no accident that he's card number 4. You know, the number 4 is all about stability and solid foundations. Think about it, 4 corners of a map, 4 walls of a house. So if the Empress is the nurturing mother, the Emperor is the father who provides that solid ground, creating the systems that let us build a safe, stable life.
Let's really look at the symbols here because they tell his story. See that massive stone throne? That's pure stability. He is not going anywhere. The 4 ram heads on it connect him directly to the fiery astrological sign of Aries. Now, Aries' energy is all about starting things, but the Emperor channels that fire into building something that lasts, not just acting on impulse. His red robe screams passion and power, but look closer, there's armor underneath. That tells us he's protected, maybe even walled off from his emotions. In his hands, he holds an ankh, a symbol of life, and an orb representing the world he commands. And that long white beard? That's not just for show, it's wisdom earned through experience. Even the barren mountains behind him are important. They show that his ambition is built on a solid, unshakable foundation.
So, when the Emperor shows up upright in a reading, he's bringing all his best qualities to the table. This is the energy of a confident, strategic leader who knows exactly how to create order out of chaos. The big message here is a call to let your head lead, not just your heart. The Emperor is asking you to be methodical, to be disciplined, to be focused. He's basically telling you that if you want to make your dreams a reality, you need a plan. You need structure. And you absolutely need the grit to see it all the way through to the end. Now, in a love reading, the Emperor is actually a fantastic sign if you're looking for commitment. It points to a relationship that's traditional, stable, and built to last. This card can even represent a partner who is super protective and dependable, even if they aren't the most gushy or romantic person. The advice? Use clear, logical communication to build that security you're craving in your love life. When it comes to your career, this is where the Emperor really shines. He's a promise that your dedication and your organized approach are going to pay off with success and recognition. It could even be pointing to a mentor figure, someone who can offer you some valuable wisdom. And financially, the message is crystal clear. Get organized. Create a budget, be disciplined, and you'll build that stable financial future you want. And this right here perfectly shows the 2 sides of the Emperor's coin. Every single one of his strengths, when it's blocked or taken to an extreme, flips into a weakness. That stable structure, it becomes rigid and inflexible. Strong leadership, it turns into domination and control. And protection, well, that becomes oppression. This is the absolute heart of his reversed meaning. Right, so when the Emperor is reversed, his energy gets all twisted up. The good father figure becomes the shadow tyrant. And this could be someone in your life, or it could be a part of you. It's a huge sign that your relationship with power and control is seriously out of balance. The reversed Emperor could be pointing to a boss, a partner, or even a parent who is abusing their authority, making you feel totally powerless. But it can also be an internal signal. It might be pointing to your own lack of self-control, or that feeling of being unable to follow through on anything. The very structures that are supposed to support you are either crumbling from neglect, or they've become a prison that you built yourself. Let's see how this shadow side shows up in different parts of your life. In relationships, this card reversed is a huge red flag for power struggles. We're talking about a partner who might be possessive, controlling, and just stifling your independence. But it also asks you to look inward at your own patterns.
Could unresolved father issues be causing you to either seek out or maybe become a domineering figure in your relationships?
And at work? Oh, this could mean you're dealing with a total tyrant of a boss, or maybe a workplace that's so bogged down in rigid rules that it just kills all your creativity. You might feel this powerful urge to just break free and work for yourself. And with money, it's a serious warning. A lack of discipline is making your finances feel chaotic and totally out of your control. So, after looking at both the light and the shadow of this powerful card, what's the big takeaway? Well, the Emperor doesn't just show up to point out what's wrong, he's here to give you the blueprint for how to build a stronger, more solid life for yourself. So, how do we actually bring that positive Emperor energy into our lives? Well, it starts with building solid foundations. Maybe that's a daily routine that helps you beat procrastination. Next, set healthy, clear boundaries to protect your time and energy. Don't be afraid to step up and lead your own life with confidence. And maybe most importantly, find that balance. Use the Emperor's logic and strategy for sure, but don't let it completely shut out the wisdom of your heart. Ultimately, the Emperor is a call to action. He's asking you to become the ruler of your own life. So just take a second and think about this question. Whether it's in your job, your relationships, or your personal goals, where do you need to step up, create some structure, and confidently build the world you want to live in? That is the true gift of the Emperor.
We've created tarot books too. There's a link in the description. Please like, subscribe, and check out our other videos to help you on your tarot journey. Until next time.